And that's what you're looking at here. Where you see a rise here, for example, that's a 1. And when it's a valley, for example, here, that's a 0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's just zeros and ones.
Yes. And this isn't the topographic structure. This is a magnetic structure.
The electromagnetic setting that it can do?
Yes. Right. Well, not the electro part, but the magnetic setting, yeah.
Okay. So it's an electro setting, a magnetic setting,
Yes.
the topographic setting,
Yep.
and
A couple of other things
Gotcha.
like that. Yeah. Yeah. So so we're actually looking at the bits on a hard disk drive, where
it's cool.
when you also go back to the topographic picture, you see it's very flat. You don't see the bits because we're not looking at the magnetic structure now. We're looking at the topographic structure.
Gotcha.
It did come from Turkey.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a Turkish company. Yeah, but it didn't take that long. It was the first one in the United States.
Really? And they sent it here?
Yeah.
That's
First one in the
awesome.
United States, and it was the only one in the country for a day.
Wow.
They installed this one, and then a day later they installed another one.
Do you know where the other one went?
Somewhere in Maryland.
Did it go to another school?
Yeah, another university in Maryland, yeah. Find out where the problem is and what it is, and then whether it can be repaired or they need to scrap it.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can do that. That's directly involving atomic force microscopes. But like, for example, me, I went to graduate school after college, having experience with an atomic force microscope, and I didn't do really much with atomic force microscopes. But having those publications and having that research experience did help me in graduate school. So I think any type of research experience is beneficial. And it's beneficial broadly to lots of different people and lots of different students in lots of different fields. But there probably will be the few jobs or the few opportunities available for students specifically for atomic force microscopes.
All right. Is there a difference between the microscope that you have now and then the one you used when you were in college?
Oh, I'm sure. Yes. This is, like I said, it has several modes. The one that I used in college was much older, and I think it only had 1 or 2 modes. It only operated in 1 or 2 ways. This thing operates in 5 or 6.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's much more sophisticated and much. The resolution is probably better too. Yeah.
Is it kind of the same setup as far as the components?
Generally I don't think there's been a lot of variation in the mechanics of an atomic force microscope over the years, but I think they're just small improvements. They all kind of operate in the same way, but there's just been tiny refinements, I think. The setup that we had when I was in college was not as sophisticated as this one. We had it. We would hang the microscope from the ceiling, and the base of the thing, we had a cement garden.
Like you actually hung like the piece we're looking at right now, like the top piece.
That part would be
What?
sitting on a base,
What?
concrete base that was purchased from a garden center, and it was hanging from bungee cords from the ceiling to
What?
isolate it from vibrations.
Wow.
It didn't have a cabinet. It didn't have a vibration isolation platform. It didn't. It was different.
So